first time I tried on a watch with a sector dial was the Longines Heritage Classic. I had just finished watching a lot of reviews online and I wanted to just see it in person. But I never thought that I would love it as much as I did. It was one of those moments when I was with my wife and we were just browsing watches and I just asked her to try it on. And as soon as I wore it, I didn't want to take it off. But then my wife saw the price tag and then she dragged me out of the store and that was the end. But that image never left my mind. This tells me two things. One, if you're curious about a watch, if you're just wondering how it looks, try it on your wrist. You'll either go, this is it, this is the one, or you'll be like, this looked better in pictures but doesn't really work for me. And two, sector dials look damn cool. These are awesome watches that need to be seen and tried on in person because these are absolutely timeless designs. Would I get the Longines Heritage Classic? I don't think so. But because I love that style so much, this to me is the perfect affordable alternative. The new Baltic HMS 003. Let's talk about it. If you're new here, do subscribe as it helps us more than you know. Also, if you're interested in a new watch, check out Red Army Watches Malaysia. You'll find some really cool stuff there. Links in the description. Let's talk about the sector dial. Watches with sector dial aren't as popular in the dress watch category as the traditional standard three-handed dress watches. There is something elegant about the classic dress watch that prevents the sector dial from being part of that group. In today's context, this to me is a dress watch with a bit of a utility design element. The sector dial layouts were first introduced in 1920s and had their golden years in the 30s when they were used as crucial instruments by seafarers and astronomers. Later in the 60s, these became popular among the general public. And today, high-horology houses like Patek Philippe, Vacheron, Constantin, and JLC all have sector dial watches as part of their offerings. And while the Longines Heritage Classic is undoubtedly regarded as a relatively affordable option to those high-end offerings, no brand comes even close to Baltic as a full package, especially when you look at that under $1,000 price point. Price, value, quality, and design. It covers everything. The new HMS 003 comes in a smaller 36.5mm stainless steel case, making it look and feel true to a classic vintage watch. With a thickness of just 13mm that include the high domed Hazelite crystal, a lug-to-lug of just 46mm, and a lug width of 20. Like any watch by Baltic, the case finishing is immaculate. Almost entirely brushed finishing with just a touch of polishing on that slim bezel to give it that dressier look. And it's good that we get 50 meters of water resistance instead of the expected 30 meters, making this slightly more water resistant than your traditional dress watch, and definitely much more waterproof than an actual vintage watch. Now 50 meters doesn't mean that it can go as deep as 50 meters, but that it has been tested to withstand 50 meters of water pressure in a still water environment. Along with this Salmon Dial, Baltic offers two other dial variants, including a blue gilt and a silver option with blue hands and markers. For me personally, the Salmon variant is the most interesting. This color has only just taken off, and Baltic has done a fantastic job on it. The sector dial appears to not just have a dual finish, but almost a visual multi-layering of materials. The grainy texture finish dial seems to act as the main base, with a radially brushed plate fixed on the outside as a cutout piece, with polished applied Arabic numerals and indices placed on it. The legibility is great, especially when you look at the contrasting minute track. Even the way that the metallic applied indices play with light, I didn't have any issue with legibility. It's not easy for the dial to display so much information and still manage to keep the dial as clean. Just like the previous generation HMS 002, this features a high-domed Hazelite crystal, which gives it that awesome distortion that you won't typically get with a sapphire crystal. You get a stitched Saffiano black leather strap, but can also opt for a navy blue gaff leather strap with blue stitching. The strap features quick release spring bars, so you can swap out these straps on the go without needing a spring bar tool. And for a watch that falls under $500, the strap quality feels amazing. This is the kind of strap that you would get to replace the default strap. The watch is powered by Miura's longest running movement, the automatic caliber 8315, offering an impressive power reserve of 60 hours. As a Miura, this is one of their best finished movements, with heated blue screws, satin finish on the oscillating weight, and Côte Genève decoration on the bridges. With a frequency of 21,600 beats per hour and an accuracy of -20 plus 40 seconds per day, along with the hacking seconds function for accurate time adjustment, this reliable and serviceable movement is hard to beat at its asking price. Sector dials have never been as mainstream as traditional dress watches. Historically, they've been regarded as purpose-built tools, but only now they're being categorized as dress watches with a strong personality. Whether you pair this with a suit or t-shirt and jeans, this just works. This has that versatility factor that a lot of dress watches don't really have. With more and more high-end independents incorporating sector dials into their watches, into their flagship models, I would say, it seems like this style is making a comeback. What do you think of the sector dial? Would you ever wear one? And what do you think of these new case sizes by Baltic? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.